Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wasting Sanity, and I want to welcome you to my review of the free-to-play MMO called Rift. Now, in the world of Rift, there are two different factions. With those factions, there are 3 races per faction. Now, if you want to know more details as far as the character, races, and such, check out my character creation video. There are approximately 4 different classes in this game. Now each class has a series of subclasses. They try to sell you these subclasses, but they're actually simply guidelines for a character tree. Character tree you could easily take and mimic any class that you can't purchase, but honestly, you don't really need to. You just go through the character tree and decide how you want to build your character. If you want to make it simple, you can follow the guidelines of the character classes or the subclasses and just push a button to assign the points. That'll allow you to basically focus more on the game. It becomes more casual that way. As you play through the game, you'll discover that there's a variety of different quests available to you. There are some that you actually pick up along the way, some that are picked up as an item from a drop, an item from on the ground. You'll see an exclamation point above it. There are others where kill a creature and it activates a quest to kill a bunch of different creatures like that. And then of course we have a rift. Rifts basically start out as an anomaly. You'll see a swirly mass and you have to run up an activated device, and it'll develop into a large area being consumed as creatures come from another dimension into this world. They change the landscape. You fight these creatures and eventually completing the quest, and at that point it causes it to where you send them back into the rift in a sense, and the rift closes. There are also world invasion quests where basically the quests just activate on hand. There are also silly quests where you turn into a giant troll. At one point, they advertise heavily about having your own house, being able to customize your own home and everything. Unfortunately, your home is basically an enclosed dome, and it's not even where a player can come running up and say, "Hi, how are you? Nice of you to move into the neighborhood." No. Your home is basically in its own instance, and because of that, honestly, it makes me lose interest in having a home, period. This game actually has been out for quite some time now, and it still has problems. Visual glitches, getting stuck, different problems as such that MMOs typically run into when they're first launching. These problems should have been ironed out quite some time ago. But I don't actually find any of these issues game breaking. The limitation sides of the game that have to do with being able to do free to play is they have a currency that you have to buy. But you don't necessarily have to buy it. You could earn it. You have to go to the auction house because other people have bought it and they're selling it on the auction house. Now, the price may vary, and this does give you a chance to play a free-to-play game for free without worrying about having to spend actual money on it. Finally, we come to the most important part of an MMO, or most games in general that involve loot. It's loot. And in this game, I believe that the loot is kind of dry, at least as far as I've progressed so far. It's highly limited, maybe because of the fact that your bags are limited, so they're not kind of like saturating you until later on, because of the fact that you only have so many slots to store stuff before you're full and you gotta run back. So they don't want you to be running back and forth constantly just to sell. Now we've come to the most important part of my video. Of course, it is my score on what I think of the game. The overall view I have of the game and everything like that. I'm kind of borderline. I'm at a 5 to a 6. I like the riffs and aspects of that, but there are limitations to make it free to play, and I don't know if they were there originally before the game actually was, because originally the game was not a free to play game. It was a game that was a pay to play. Well, I never would have paid for it because I didn't, and so I have to say it's about a 5.5 roughly, because of the fact that it is entertaining, but I find it more entertaining because of the fact that I'm actually playing with my fiance. If I was playing solo by myself constantly, I would probably get bored of the game rather quickly. So if you do end up picking up this game, as far as since it's free to play, it's easy to pick up, but if you end up playing the game, I highly recommend you playing with other people. Otherwise, you might find yourself bored of it rather quickly. My name is Wasting Sanity. I want to thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Thank you.